Hope Logan hit the floor, and for one horrifying second, Steffy Forrester didn't move. Not a single step, not a scream, nothing. And by the time the truth finally hit her, it was already too late. The storm clouds hanging over Los Angeles felt almost unreal that morning, like the city somehow knew disaster was coming before anyone inside Forrester Creations did. What started as another bitter power struggle between Hope and Steffy exploded into something far darker, something that may permanently destroy both families forever. And honestly, I still cannot believe what the writers just pulled, because this was not the usual soap opera argument. This was brutal. Hope marched into that CEO office looking emotionally drained, exhausted from weeks of humiliation and corporate games. She wasn't there to beg. She wasn't there to surrender. She wanted one answer. When does hope for the future come back? That was it. One question. But the second Steffy looked up from behind that massive executive desk, you could already feel the ice in the room. No timeline, Steffy said coldly. Hope stared at her in disbelief. You can't keep doing this to me. Oh, I absolutely can, Steffy fired back. And right there, the tension snapped. Because Steffy didn't stop at business. No, she went straight for Hope's deepest insecurity. She accused her of being weak, untalented, dependent on Brooke's name. According to Steffy, Hope never earned her success. She doesn't have the spine for this industry, Steffy said. And you could literally see Hope breaking apart while standing there. Her breathing changed first. Then her hands started trembling. But Steffy kept going. You want the truth? Your line survives because people pity you. That line hit like a slap. And here's the terrifying part. Hope looked like she was trying not to collapse before she actually did. Her face lost all color. Her chest tightened. Suddenly, Hope gasped sharply and grabbed her heart. Not dramatic, not graceful, violent, painful, real. She stumbled backward, eyes wide with panic, before crashing hard onto the office floor. The sound alone was horrifying. For a second, the room went completely silent. And then came the moment fans are going to fight about for months. Steffy rolled her eyes. She actually thought Hope was faking it. You've got to be kidding me, Steffy muttered under her breath, staring down at her. Because in Steffy's mind, this was another Logan stunt, another emotional manipulation tactic to force sympathy from Ridge. But then Hope didn't move. That's when everything changed. Her breathing became ragged and uneven. Her lips started losing color. Suddenly, the reality hit Steffy like a truck. This wasn't fake. Oh my God. Hope? The arrogance vanished instantly. Steffy dropped to her knees beside her, panic exploding across her face as she desperately shook Hope's shoulders. Hope, look at me! Nothing. And suddenly Steffy Forrester, the untouchable queen of Forrester Creations, looked absolutely terrified. Her hands shook so badly she nearly dropped her phone trying to call 911. Please hurry, she screamed into the phone. She's not breathing right. That entire scene felt uncomfortably real, messy, chaotic, raw. And somehow the hospital scenes became even worse, because Brooke Logan walked in ready for war. The second she saw Steffy sitting outside Hope's hospital room looking pale and guilty, Brooke's expression changed into pure fury. What did you do to my daughter? Ridge immediately stepped between them because even he could feel the explosion coming. But Brooke wasn't interested in calming down. Not this time. Meanwhile, Steffy sat there trembling silently, replaying every cruel word she had thrown at Hope inside that office. You could practically see the guilt suffocating her. Then the doctor walked out. And honestly, nothing could have prepared viewers for what happened next. At first, everyone expected stress, exhaustion, maybe severe anxiety after months of emotional pressure. Instead, the doctor looked directly at Brooke and Ridge and said something that completely changed the entire story. We found signs of a developing malignant tumor. Silence. Absolute silence. Brooke looked like the world stopped spinning. Ridge couldn't even speak. And Steffy looked like she might completely fall apart right there in the hallway. Because suddenly this wasn't about fashion anymore. This wasn't about hope for the future. This wasn't about co-CEO drama. Hope Logan might actually be fighting for her life. and Brooke completely lost control. She turned towards Steffy with tears streaming down her face and pointed directly at her. "You did this." Ridge immediately tried to stop her. "Brooke, don't—" "No!" Brooke screamed. "She pushed Hope to the breaking point." The hospital hallway instantly became a battlefield. Brooke accused Steffy of emotionally destroying Hope piece by piece. Every insult, every humiliation, every cruel attack inside that office came crashing back all at once. "You stood there and treated her like she was nothing," Brooke shouted. Steffy looked shattered. "I didn't know she was sick." "But you knew she was hurting," Brooke fired back. And honestly, that line hit harder than anything else in the episode. Because it's true. Steffy didn't know about the tumor. But she did know Hope was emotionally hanging by a thread, and she kept pushing anyway. Now the fallout is about to destroy everyone. Liam is going to explode when he hears what happened. There is absolutely no way he forgives Steffy after this. Not after he warned Hope repeatedly to leave Forrester behind. And Ridge? He's trapped in the middle of an impossible nightmare. His daughter on one side, Brooke on the other. Both demanding loyalty. Both emotionally shattered. And the scariest part? This war is only beginning. Because Brooke didn't just blame Steffy. She promised revenge. Cold, terrifying revenge. Standing in that hospital corridor, Brooke looked Steffy dead in the eyes and made a vow that changed everything forever. "I will destroy you." Not a threat, a promise. And judging by the look on Steffy's face, she finally realized this family war may have gone too far to ever come back from.